In recent times, Bethesda and its releases are becoming more and more like the British government, in that when they announce something, the phrase disappointed but not surprised seems to spring to mind.
I wouldn't be here if it weren't for your two-timing game, Skinny.
Holy shit, what a burn. Let's go, Valentine.
I want to know what super juice, what power potion of charisma their heads of marketing are drinking to push out yet another version of Fallout 4 where you pay an extra £20 for a mod collection that is outdone by most of what's on the Nexus page.
Now, I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you feeling lucky? Are you feeling like Todd's got you in his good graces today? Huh? Huh? Motherfucker? This is quite dark, isn't it? I feel like I shouldn't just be aiming this guy's head. He's done nothing wrong. I mean, he's just doing his job, right? I mean, who am I to just completely just blow his wig off and move on?
I think if you're an Xbox player, it's an even bigger kick in the teeth because of the storage space problem for modding on consoles as well.
I think modding really is a huge part of what makes this game as well. And when new versions are brought out, especially to bring out paid mods, it wrecks existing work, really good existing work, by the way. And I'm not just talking about mods that turn a Deathclaw into Macho Claws, but actual proper mods that are just broken because they just brought out another version. I don't know, it doesn't make sense.
I do feel as though the entire Fallout community is constantly fed cope by Bethesda for remasters of Fallout 3 in New Vegas, and believe me, I would love to see it, but like your friend who's scared to go to the Nether, Todd probably won't work with Obsidian ever again.
Anyway, I digress. We're here to save something that's actually quite rare in this game, and that's something with good writing. Just so I can remind everybody that, hang on, brother, fuck off. Just so I can remind everybody that does exist in a Fallout game, and that I'm not just being salty about it. I mean, the Eddie Winter tapes, hit or miss, but hey, you liked it, didn't you, Dogmeat? I think what Fallout mainly suffers with, I could be wrong on this, and to be honest, I probably am, but they know people will buy their games. Their legacy has been built, man. They stand on top of a tower where they could bring out another game and people will still buy it in such huge numbers that they really haven't got to worry. Unlike that guy. It's not even that I dislike Fallout 4. I absolutely adore this game. But move on. It's had its time, it's had its day, it's had its bugs, it's had more mods than I even care to look at on the Nexus because I know the thought of them will scar my eyes and brain forever, and probably his there.
Even newer games like 76, again, I don't dislike it, but you do feel as though they continue to miss the mark with every update and little bit of content they continue to add.
I think Fallout 4 missed a lot of what was gritty in Fallout. I think it was more the jokey side of Fallout that it followed. Not that that's a bad thing, of course, but Fallout 3 had very dark themes in comparison. I mean, Fallout 1 especially, I mean, if you played Fallout 1, goodness me, it's a whole different kind of ball game, really. But I think Fallout 4 just misses that. I say misses that, it just doesn't have it. Which, and I choose not to use the word misses because it's got its own thing going on, and I love Fallout 4 and I love Fallout 1, so it's a personal preference, really. That love does extend to Fallout VR as well. I mean, as much as like this might be one of the worst things ever, and the fact that I have to mod the game just to have a hand, it is beyond ridiculous. And I think if you show Todd Howard this game with these mods on, he may get scared because I've gotten them for free. So just, we'll keep that in mind as we go through.
For fans who do appreciate the older games, I feel they continue to miss out. Not that they're being completely devoid of fan service with the TV show and other things, but it's jarring after a while seeing a lack of action. Not even thinking about Elder Scrolls 6 there either, because that itself is just a can of worms.
I've not even started the Minutemen quests yet, and this guy has already asked for my help. Which, I mean, the annoying Radiant quests of Fallout 4 are infamous in their likability, is probably the best way I can probably put it. it is a bit of a sad statement to say, but I don't think we'll get a better Fallout game than maybe even Fallout 4. Because I think if another Fallout game does come out, it'll just disappoint. And you know, maybe nostalgia is a big part of that, but unless they go back to the greatness that admittedly was New Vegas, as much as it is loved and talked about a lot, it certainly deserves the credit it gets.
I also want to stress that unlike our lovely British government, I do actually like Bethesda. It's just tiring having to spend hours fixing mods for a game that should work, but doesn't because Toddy wanted some extra cash.
I think it was admittedly a fall from grace that Fallout's had recently. I mean, even with the TV show coming out, they still managed to kind of bring more disappointment with updates and things. You do just kind of wish there was a little bit more care put into it. See, this guy gets it. He's surrendered in front of me, he knows Fallout's fallen off, so he's given up. I wonder if he's watched of Mice and Men.
I do feel as though if I sat in on Bethesda's writing room, I'd either come out completely dumbfounded or so bottom rock depressed, and I don't think it would be anything in between.
Good morning everybody, welcome to the annual Bethesda Needs a New Game meeting. Unfortunately Todd can't be with us today because the Todd Howard companion mod no longer works with the amount of updates he's so kindly released to us, but thank you all for being here today. Now obviously we're looking at a new game that has to blow everything out of the water. And I'm just not talking about another Fallout 4 release, because as much as that would make us a lot of money, because I know we're all very greedy people, we're not after that today, okay? Now, don't worry, I'm not going to bring up Skyrim. I know you guys teased the Elder Scrolls 6, and I know it's on the way, even though you teased it 10 years ago now, or nearly 10 years ago anyway. You know, who knows? We all forget the years, we all forget them. But no, instead I wanted to bring something new. Something fresh. Not fresh, but new. New, yes, new, that's a word. The next Fallout game, okay? Hear me out here. Hang on, let me put the gun away, it might be a better pitch. Hear me out here. Next Fallout game. Fallout... What number are we on now? 77? Is it 5 or 77? Why not a Fallout game that takes place somewhere new? Going back to the old single-player roots, maybe it's in the middle of the United States, maybe we're back somewhere different on the West Coast, somewhere different on the East Coast. And this time, it's not a Vault-Tec victim, not a Vault Dweller, not the sole survivor, but perhaps somebody of a different origin completely. Maybe their family was too poor to go in a vault, too middle class, too working man. They couldn't afford it. Maybe the protagonist's father or mother builds something after stealing Vault-Tec supplies. They build their own contemporary vault, but it turns out that's one of the experiments. Vault-Tec knew it was going to be stolen, so they thought, fuck it. Let's let that person take and steal our vault blueprints because they're faulty, aren't they? The vault starts to secretly leak radiation without everybody knowing, and before we know it, the protagonist, their main story plan has to be either curing the vault. Yes, it's a bit like Fallout 1, but it brings back something similar and something new at the same time. They have to cure themselves and the vault. Perhaps there's a big decision at the end that leaves everything open. Perhaps they find new friends and new enemies that they have to actually choose between, that leaves long-lasting consequences. They build relationships with friends, followers, new companions, new romances, that all crescendos into this final one part where everything happens. For all the marbles, there's Grammys, there's BAFTAs, there's Bobos, there's every award you can imagine for this fantastic game I pitch to you now. Fuck it, a Starfield remake in the same engine, but you have to pay £50 to actually go into space. How about that?
Look, at the end of the day, I don't dislike Bethesda, I just wanted to rant and upload it. As someone who's made lots of Fallout VR content, having to fix more and more mods with every update, it just gets really frustrating. I was supposed to show at least a dozen more mods in this video, including an actual Todd Howard NPC, but hey ho, I guess they're not just going to work. See you on the flip side though for an actual video. Goodbye.